You're moving to Fayetteville and you're trying to find the perfect place for you and your family to live in, then this video is made specifically for you. If you're new here, my name is Justin. I am a relocation realtor here in the Fayetteville and Fort Bragg area, and I specialize with relocation clients. So if you guys would like to get in contact with me, the easiest way to do so would be by booking a call with me with the link in the description, or you can shoot me a call or a text or email. Again, all that will be found in the description below. If you stick around until the end of this video, I'll share with you why my wife and I decided to buy this house right here last year when we were looking at buying. So first and foremost, I think it's important that I talk about what is important to me and my wife. So some of these may be a little bit relatable to you guys, but again, everybody has their own preferences and what's important to them. I'll go from most important to least important, and the absolute number one thing for my wife and I is low maintenance. I need our home to be low maintenance, and what I mean by that is I need the house to be basically, new. I need a new roof, I need a new HVAC, I need new plumbing, electricity, and new foundation. Reason that I say new or almost as close to new as possible is because if you guys are like me, it seems like any time in life, whenever you just start saving up money, that's when life happens, right? I have to take my dogs to the vet, or my car breaks down, or something, life happens. So in an effort to, I guess, kind of avoid that from happening, I want to make sure that all those major items are taken care of. So number two on my list would have to be, most of the home needs to be single story. And the reason for that is, if you guys can't tell, I used to be in the military, and I have pretty bad back problems now. I oftentimes have to use a cane to get around, so going up and down stairs is not ideal for me. On top of that, we have a dog. Her name is Scarlett, and she also has back problems, so her going up and down stairs is, again, not ideal. So we're trying to avoid that as much as possible. The third thing that's really important to us is that the house be really easy to sell or rent out in the future when and if that time comes. Number four is that it be a safe neighborhood, right? And so safe is more or less subjective, right? But what we were generally trying to avoid was, we didn't want a trailer park across the street. We wanted all the houses or all the homes in the neighborhood to actually look like people gave a crap without having to pay an HOA. And I recommend, if you guys plan on doing your own research on crime stats and whatever, go to crimegrade.org or go to Fayetteville Police Department's crime mapping website. That's really, really useful stuff. Number five would be schools. Schools aren't really a huge priority for us right now because we don't have any kids, but that doesn't mean we're not planning on having kids, So, life happens again. So I think ideally we'd like to be in a really desirable school district, but as of right now, it's not a huge deal breaker for us. Number six would have to be that it can't be more than 30 to 35 minutes away from my wife's work. Now, we're a little bit more flexible with this one, just because if it checks all the other boxes, but it's a 45-minute drive, then, it is what it is. And last but not least would be our budget. What are we willing to spend a month on our home? Me and my wife talked about it, and we wouldn't be comfortable spending anything more than $2,000 a month, and that's including mortgage, taxes, insurance, HOA if there is one, utilities, everything all inclusive, no more than $2,000 a month. Ideally, that's what we'd like to aim for. I know that was kind of a lot, right? But when you're buying a house, it can be a lot to think about, right? You want to make sure it checks almost all those boxes. So I encourage you to think about some of those things, think about what's important to you, and then do research on those items. Now, if it would be easier for you guys, you want my help and you want my input to help make some of those decisions, again, book a call with the link in the description, or shoot me a call, text, email, whatever. Again, all that is in the description below. So with all that being said, these are the three neighborhoods that would be super desirable to me and my wife. So first, it would be Kerwin Village out there in Rayford, North Carolina. Sweetwater in Hope Mills, North Carolina. And then last but not least, it would be Blakefield in Fayetteville. So I'll explain which one I would pick right now and why that is. But just understand that we would literally be happy if we got into any of these communities, but the number one community that if we got in it, we would be absolutely in love would be Sweetwater in Hope Mills. But here's why we would pick Sweetwater over all the other communities, and the biggest one, again, is low maintenance. Because this is a new construction, brand new house, I don't have to worry about the roof, the HVAC, the plumbing, all that stuff. I don't have to worry about that stuff because it's brand new, and if something does happen, then it should be covered under the builder's warranties that they offer. The second reason would be the location. So it's in Hope Mills, North Carolina. That is appealing to us because we just love Hope Mills as a whole. Like, it's a lot different compared to Fayetteville. You know, Fayetteville has kind of a lot going on, you know, and a lot of people talk about the crime. Really what it comes down to for Hope Mills for us is it just feels slower pace, and I really love the city hall there and where it's located. They have their own track. Like, Hope Mills is self-sustaining enough, and it's pretty close to my wife's work. Third reason would have to be the schools. I know I said this wasn't like super high on my priority list, but you know, again, life happens. So I feel like if for some reason that, you know, if we moved into one of these homes and it ended up being our forever home, that I would be okay with that. Again, I encourage you to do your own research when it comes to that. You know, go to niche.com for school ratings and all that stuff. Because this area is so desirable, I know that in the future we wouldn't have any problem selling or renting it out in the future. So yeah, that's why we would live in Sweetwater. But the reason that we bought this home right here last year, and this home is located by Lake Rim, which is like very west Fayetteville. The reason that we bought this house is because honestly, it was a much different market. We ended up on this home specifically because, well, I love the layout of it. You know, it's mainly single story. It was in our price point. And locationally, it was relatively close to all the amenities, which is also more or less appealing to us. We really like shopping at Aldi. There's an Aldi's right down the road from here. There's also a Food Lion, Walmart, you know, all the things. They're pretty close by, like really, really close by. And then, of course, it checked all the boxes as far as low maintenance. So we bought this house last year, had a brand new roof that was put in last year, brand new HVAC put in last year. And the house was built in I think 2004 or 2005. So all the electrical, plumbing, and everything else, it's all relatively brand new. So I don't have to worry about that stuff. Boom, checks all those boxes. Anyways, I hope you guys found this valuable. If you'd like to get in touch with me, again, the contact info and all of my booking info is in the description below. Otherwise, I will see you guys in the next one.